Fiverr support, this message is for you. I don't know why. Like there's something that I need to actually get to know from you and to clarify me if I'm right or I'm wrong. Right now, on your platform, there are two categories of people on your platform: buyers and seller. Now, those two categories of people, they are customer to your platform. They are customer that you are serving on your platform, right? And mind you, if there is a transaction between both two parties, you always have a deduction or a charges from those two categories of people, right? Now, we are the seller that are selling on your platform, and the buyer, they are the one buying from us, right? Now, I don't know where is it in your policy that, like, after when a seller is trying to strive, when you first come to the, like, you first come into the, like, to Fiverr platform, you will try as much as possible to get reviews. There are some work that you do, like the work that's supposed to be done by $100, you just reduce it by like $20 just because you want to get review. Now, when the account now being at the peak of its career to be getting more money from you, a slight mistake, or even not even mistake, because most of the time when buyers have accepted your deliveries, that means that the work is perfect. Now, at the end of the day, if the buyer now come back again to come and report, you guys will still, like, follow that buyers and still block the seller's accounts without knowing the findings, without doing a findings. Is it in your policy that to always side the buyer than sellers? And mind you guys are still collecting the same money from us. Most of the time, I begin to reason that why Fiverr is always like this? Like, wọ́n ní agbẹjọ́ ẹnìkan dá àgbòsíkà ni. Why is Fiverr like this? Like, you, like, if a seller like me now, I've been selling on Fiverr. Like, probably I just started on Fiverr and I was like, okay, there are some work that I ought to be done like $100. I will do it like $20 just because I want to get review and I want people to always patronize me, right? When you now get to the peak of my career, now, like, a buyers that I've actually deliver a message to, I've done with the deliveries and he accepted delivery, even give the good reviews. You guys will not see that. Now, the buyer will now come back to you. You don't even know whether you don't even know, because most of those buyers, they are also fraud. They fraud most of the sellers. You don't even fucking know that those buyers, they will still come to you and say that this guy doesn't work this thing well, and the next thing that you cancel the order. You just cancel the order and you put the red sign, the outstanding balance, the minus. What the fuck is that? You guys didn't see it. I never see it on your platform. Like, I've never seen it on your rules and regulations, like, that will feel like, okay, this is, and we need to treat buyers specially than seller. And mind you, we are your customers, both sellers and buyers. You are charging from us. You are charging us 20% on your platform, and you give us opportunity to also work with the sellers, right? It's quite understandable, but at the same time, you have to reason both of us. Not just that you side the buyers than the seller. Sometimes it's heartbrokens. It's fucking heartbrokens. Account wà ní at the peak of his career láti máa enjoy account yẹn. Boom, on my side for any heartbreak. Account wà ní at his peak of his career pé kó tiẹ̀ máa rọ̀sọ̀mù kó máa lọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Eventually, wàá kàn gbọ́ pé one buyer wàá gbọ́ pé buyer kan ó cancel order. From there, sometimes they will disable your payment method. Your payment method just because there was a report. And mind you, this guy has done with the deliveries, has done with the job. Why you guys we always like siding buyers than sellers? It's like sometimes it's fucking crazy, because I put it to my obliganta. I begin to reason it that, like, it's crazy. Fiverr support is fucking crazy sometimes, And this buyer too, then they defraud us. They will have actually completed their work, and because they don't want to pay money, they will go and report. and they will charge their money. They will charge that money. They will charge the money, and you will minus it for us. It's fucking crazy. There should be a policy that is going to be a true and fair policy for both buyers and seller. Not just always siding buyers and seller. It's crazy. Support is fucking crazy. There should be a true policy that if once you have done with your delivery and you have accepted it, nothing like report again, or else you have not done with the deliveries. And that is why there's always putting it in review. That is why you have this policy to in review. Why is it that even after they have blocked their accounts, Fiverr they still report and you still cancel that? What the fuck is that? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Fiverr support, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. Your policies are not true and fair. Your policies are not true and fair. They are not true and fair because there should be an equity between the sellers and buyers. There should be an equity. And charge 20% lórí wa, and then charge lórí àwọn buyer náà, lórí àwọn seller náà. And charge 20% lórí seller, and charge percentage lórí buyer náà. Customer jọ ni wá, ẹ jọ ń gba owó lọ́wọ́ wa ni. Kò ní di pé kẹ́ wá máa fún wa ní kẹ́ máa side buyer ju seller lọ. Kí ló dé? Now, okay, let's take for instance now, if the buyers you are siding buyer, tí buyer bá wá and there is no cost, there's no people to offer the service for them. Who is it going to be using your platform? Nobody. So there is nobody that is redundant or independent. Everybody is depending on each other. We are surviving on each other. Buyers are surviving on us, and we also surviving on the seller. I mean, buyers are surviving on seller, and seller also surviving on buyers. The two are, they cannot do without the two. So, why is it that you guys treat us as we are nothing? It doesn't make sense to me. It's just like a message to Fiverr. Please and please, find something to do with this. Find something to do with this. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. Yeah.